Assalamu alaikum, my dear friends and fellows. How are you? I welcome you here on my training channel. My name is Abdul Khalik. My dear friend, look, we are trying to teach and to learn so many of the good things, the good habits, the good attitudes, and of course, certain other technical things. As this is the training channel, dear friends and fellows, we need to keep learning and learning, because if at all we are not learning all the time, it actually means that we are declining, losing whatever we had instead of going forward. And since everyone else is going forward, and if at all we are not moving forward, what is going to happen with us? That we will suffer and suffer a lot, really. So, my dear friends and fellows, that is something which must be done, So, today we are talking about another type of skill which is so important, so useful, so beneficial. And this skill is called the skill of oratory, and that is the public speaking. I think that all the other skills, those are needed to different type of people, but as for the skill of the public speaking is concerned, it is needed by those people who are aspiring to become a leader, who want to become a leader. So I think if at all I, you, or someone else, if at all we want to become a leader, so what is needed here is that we should be learning the art of public speaking. Some of the people are seen interested in it, and those people must be taught, must be told the way to do that, as it is not very complicated at all, as it is open, and almost everybody can learn it. Simply we need to know what are the techniques, how to do all that. Like any other skill, this is a skill like any other skill. And for that purpose, if at all somebody can learn it, I can learn it, you can learn it, everyone else, most of the people can learn it. And I think that if at all we can, if at all we want to, I will encourage you that you must learn the public speaking, because this public speaking brings a lot of confidence in us. And this is the requirement of the leaders and everybody else who want to become a leader. I think they must learn it. Without the public speaking, nobody can ever become a good leader. They are not the leader at all. So look upon the leaders. Almost each one of us, them, is a public speaker. So we have done a bit of research, and we have studied the research of those people who have conducted some sort of work here in this field. And after consulting the research, we have come to a conclusion that there are five basic points of all those, who want to learn the public speaking, who want to get skill in this art. I think there are only five things. It's not a very lengthy agenda at all. So the first one is that for knowledge of the audience and homework. So the first thing which is there needed here, that is for knowledge of the audience, and doing the homework. What kind of audience, which profession they belong to, what is their age group, what is their social background, what is their economic background, etc., etc. Whatever type of information can we get about the audience. And then not only the knowledge about the audience, rather we need to practice, we need to do the homework, we need to do the homework, because the homework is something of extremely important nature. So we cannot afford to overlook, we cannot afford to ignore any of these two things. The first is one is of course the foreknowledge of the audience, and the second thing is homework and rehearsal. Do the rehearsal, speak in front of your some of the people, and speak in your own room, in your at your own home or somewhere else. I think rehearsal and rehearsal, it is very important thing. And now the second is, that is anecdotes of relevance, not just facts and figures. No, no, humor stories, not just facts and the figures, some of the people during their public speech, they are presenting the facts only, they are presenting the figures only. That is all desperately needed. I cannot underestimate the importance of those things. But at the same time, what we need to learn further is that there must be an interesting short story. There must be an interesting short story. There must be a joke. There must be some humor in all that. Because if at all we deprive it from all these things, the facts and figures will be conveyed to the people, but the people are not going to enjoy it. They are not going to feel happy at all. So that is why make your talk interesting by humor, by anecdotes, and by stories, etc. Now, the third thing which we need to know is, which we need to understand about the public speaking is that keep it short, keep it short. Don't prolong it unnecessarily, because by prolonging it unnecessarily, what is going to happen? The people will start getting bored. We do have to avoid getting them feeling bored at all. So we need to keep their attention. If at all we want to retain their attention during the whole of our talk, so there all these five things are must. So here we are talking about keep it short and not to unnecessarily prolong it. Dear friends and fellows, each one of those five things are important. So that is keeping it short. And now the fourth is make it simple. Simplicity. Don't make it complicated at all. Do not use the technical words and the terminology, because the people will not be able to follow you. And if at all they are unable to understand, then what is going to happen? That their mind will go somewhere else. They will be physically there, but they will not be able to concentrate upon. They will not be able to focus upon your speech, your talk. So I think that keep it. Simple, simplicity, so that each and every audience, are overwhelming of the audience, are easily able to understand whatever you have been trying to communicate. So also there is a very beautiful proverb, a phrase, and that is about this simplicity. And this goes as that if you can't explain it simply, if at all you can't explain it simply, it means that you don't know it well. So those people who don't know something very well, so they are unable to communicate it, to transfer it simply. But those who are skilled in all that, they are definitely able to communicate it in a simpler manner. And the fifth and the last is establish the eye contact. We do need to establish the eye contact. Establishing the eye contact is very important, because failing to do that, what is going to happen? We will be establishing the eye contact is very very important, because it will actually get us deeply connected. We want to get deeply connected with our audience, with some of the audience with some members of the audience. I think that we need to connect, we need to develop, we need to establish the eye contact, not necessarily with each and everyone else, but we need to keep rotating our neck, a little bit, and then keep looking into the eyes of certain people, certain friendly faces who are paying more attention to our talk. So that is all. That is the 5 point. These are the five basics of the public speaking. Everyone else who want to become a public speaker, they must learn it. That I need to understand, I need to adopt, I need to practice, I need to internalize each of those five things. And having done all that, I believe that we will become, inshallah, an expert public speaker. And definitely it is a great honor, definitely it is a great honor to be a public speaker. Thank you very much.